Hello everybody, welcome back to YouTube, welcome back to another Dagon. So yes, I went and got one of the DLCs. So yeah, the game is Free Fest, but the DLC isn't. Don't tell the missus. Oh, hang on, that was live on YouTube. I've told the missus. Never mind. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that liked the last one to obviously get this one. I appreciate it very much. I have never seen a video fly so much as that. It's only 4,500 views, but that's 4,500 more views than, you know, I'd probably ever get on any of my videos. And 15 likes so far. That's just amazing. I think that's great. All right. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's wicked. It's absolutely wicked. So thank you to every one of you. So as promised, I went and got the DLC, and we're going to do the next one. So this one is basically, have you ever wondered what the master of weird, fiction, and cosmic horror dreams about? And we're about to have that opportunity to find out for ourselves in this game right now. We're going to immerse ourselves in one of Lovecraft's nightmares. Now, it still has the voiceover. It's still going to be exactly the same as the last one. I think it's a lot shorter, actually. So you can sit and watch it in your lunch break or on your tea break. 15 minutes, hour, half hour for lunch. Yeah, we know those ones. But I'd just like to say thank you, especially to all the subs, all the comments, all the interactions, all the all the love. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, you lot are amazing. Thank you. I really am appreciative to every one of you. But this one, I'm going to try and push for my first 1,000 views on a video. Now, if you can help me with that, to beat this algorithm, I'm going to need comments. I'm going to need likes. Even if you don't want to say much, just say hi, where you're from. Let us know where you're from and where you're watching it from. Or just leave an emoji. You know, leave a sarcastic comment. I don't mind, to be honest with you. I'm just going to try and push for this 1,000. And if you lot can help me do that, then I will get another DLC and we'll do more of this. I might even call it, like, you know, what was it? We could go Arachne's bedtime stories, you know, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, this one is one of his nightmares. So yeah, we're just going to jump straight in and do this. So validate your ticket. Find a comfortable seat. The motorman will be arriving shortly. Let's just get stuck in. Oh, one more thing before we do get started. Why did no one tell me who had been looking at their own elbows, or were you too embarrassed to tell me that you were looking at your own elbows? Yeah. Right. DLC. There it is. It's not an official Lovecraft story, even though it may sound familiar to some of you. It's an excerpt from the writer's letter to his friend Donald Wandrei from November 24th, 1927, in which he described one of his dreams, or rather a nightmare. Okay, let's go. Free Fest!
My dreams occasionally approached the fantastical in character, though falling somewhat short of coherence.
Fantastical in character, though falling short of coherence. Well, we've started then. Here we are. Let's go.
One scene is especially stamped upon my recollection.
A scene. I like the way he calls it a scene. It's a nightmare.
That of a dank, fetid, reed-choked marsh under a grey autumn sky.
There's that language again. Oh, just tickles the senses. Right, so we must remember to look out for the signs. We need the signs so we can have a bit of a history lesson as well. Mushrooms, there's loads of mushrooms. Mushrooms everywhere. Wonder what sort of mushrooms. I did not say that. There's a big... Okay. That of a dank, foe-tied, reed-choked marsh under a grey autumn sky. Just a beautiful game. Look, I mean, look at that. Yep. During the game, you encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey. Others reveal interesting facts about the original short story, its historical background, and the author. I don't even drink. Yeah. Right, let's go. Right, so we've got one up there, but that's just a fast forward. Where's... Aha, there we... Oh, there's the fable. So, in letters to his friend, Donald Wandrei, Lovecraft described 2 of his dreams. After the writer's death, they were sold to the publisher of the Senti Snaps Bizarre magazine and published in the form of short stories. The first one, titled The Very Old Folk, tells the story of one of the provinces of the Roman Republic and mysterious mountain inhabitants performing terrible rituals. If you heard seagulls then, I got the window open because this room is like a sweatbox and I live on the coast, so yeah, these gulls are huge. Not joking, you put a knife in one of their hands, they'd rob you. The second one was titled The Thing in the Moonlight. Well, that was that big black pulsating mound of whatever in Dagon, the first one we done, wasn't it? And that was published in 1941, so he got... Oh, blimey. It's quite a big gap. So 1918 was the first one, wasn't it? There we go. The publisher added a fabricated beginning and ending to it, in which Lovecraft, unable to free himself from the nightmare, mentally contacts a stranger. Other publishers later reprinted the story, unaware that some of the text was not authentic. It is this dream that we present here in its original form without any additions. So, okay, so this has had a lot of history. Okay, right, let's make sure there's no other... I love it. Look, even the water looks good. As long as we don't get one of those creatures popping out like the last one. Alright, go.
With a rugged cliff of lichen-crusted stone rising to the north.
Why do you say lichen? Aren't lichens blood-eating werewolves? That can't be it. It's not a fast forward again already, is it? Maybe. Okay, so we've got large bits of metal now. Now, this bloke is asleep. It is a nightmare. What is that? Starship Troopers, please come back. They're back in this one as well. He's got something about those bugs, hasn't he? What's that? We've got a scythe? A sci-fi scythe. A sci-fi scythe? Is there such thing? There is now. Go.
Impelled by some obscure quest, I ascended a rift, or cleft, in this beetling precipice.
Beetling precipice. Why would he call it a beetling precipice? Ah, so you see that little chassis there? That's an underneath of a train. So before the end of this, who actually knows what that part of the train is called? That's a bit of historical facts for you. It makes me laugh every time. My granddad told me he worked on the Orient Express. So we've got fast forward. There's got to be something else. Can't just be a fast forward. It might be though, because it is only 10 minutes, isn't it? This, so let's go.
Noting as I did so the black mouths of many fearsome burrows extending from both walls into the depths of the stony plateau.
Black mouths. It must just be like holes. Look, yeah. That's what he's on about, isn't it? Oh, there's one. The protagonist, obviously this bloke here, Lovecraft. After all, this is an account of his dream. That's why we wanted to reproduce his way of speaking and accent as faithfully as possible. Unfortunately, no recordings of his voice have survived. That's why we had to rely on only descriptions from numerous letters. Friends remembering his voice as high-pitched, thin and flat. However, it changed while reading or reciting, as the writer's wife, Sonia Green, recalls his voice then becoming stronger, clearer and deeply resonant. Lovecraft spoke with a New England accent which, as the writer himself mentions, was characterised by the following. We don't sound any final R in words like car. Phonetically, our common pronunciation is indistinguishable, whatever that is for. In his youth, Lovecraft tested his singing skills and even recorded some of his rehearsals. I'd love to know what the beat of this would be. So it's my mother actually liked the results. Mothers are not always unbiased critics, but I saw to it that an accident soon removed the incriminating evidence. Later I tried something less ambitious. This was a better success, but reminded me of much of the way of a dying fox terrier that I very carelessly happened to drop it soon after it was made. I have since confined my artistic talents to literature. That was another letter he wrote. In other words, yeah, he didn't like his singing very much, so he just stuck to what he knew best. Is there any more? Just these dark holes that stare at us. Let's go.
At several points, the passage was roofed over by the choking of the upper parts of the narrow fissure.
I love it. Outcrops. What a way to explore. There you go. There's an outcrop. Roofed over by the choking of the upper parts of the narrow fissure. It's that language again.
These places being exceedingly dark and forbidding the perception of such burrows as may have existed there. In one such dark space, I felt conscious of a singular accession of fright.
You scared of heights? Possibility.
As if some subtle and bodiless emanation from the abyss were engulfing my spirit.
I love the English language back then. I'm sorry.
But the blackness was too great for me to perceive the source of my alarm.
The source. Let's just climb out this. There's no other ones, is there? Don't want to miss any. I missed 3 last time, apparently. 3 of them.
At length, I emerged upon a tableland of moss-grown rock and scanty soil, lit up by a faint moonlight which had replaced the expiring orb of day.
What a way to explain the sun going down. Lit up by a faint moonlight which had replaced the expiring orb of day. Love it.
Casting my eyes about, I beheld no living object.
Nothing around then, no?
But was sensible of a very peculiar stirring far below me amongst the whispering rushes of the pestilential swamp I had lately quitted.
A mist. Clouds. A very peculiar stirring far below me. Shoot yourself over. There's a fast forward. Music's gone a bit. He's proper asleep now. He is. He's out for the count. So we've got that. Look at that. Oh, a cross. Ooh. What's that? I told you, Starship Troopers, all over. He got dropped here from space. He's come from up there somewhere.
After walking for some distance, I encountered the rusty tracks of a street railway and the worm-eaten poles which still held the limp and sagging trolley wire.
Oh, there's one of those things again. So, the base of the train over there, they're called bogies. Love it. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Oh, the face. Oh, what's this? Lovecraft believed that authors could make their stories more credible by exchanging ideas and drawings from each other's works. The best example is the famous invented book Necromonicon, which also appeared in the works of his friends such as Robert Bloch, later creator of Psycho, and Robert E. Howard, creator of the Conan the Barbarian. Its presence in the works of various other writers have even led to the mythologization of the Necromonicon. Damn, I'm getting these out. And the appearance of references to the book in countless novels, films, and other works of pop culture. Lovecraft himself also used elements of other people's works, such as the books and Osperschleichen. That's got to be German. Hey, yeah, and there's another one. Not going to bother. Yeah, that's all it's all the titles there. We wanted to follow this tradition, so we included objects from 3 other games created by our friends. I wonder if you'll be able to recognise them. Okay, so they've done a few different games. Okay, no, that's cool. We'll go looking for them. They've done a little mystery magic tour. So that's that. There we go.
Following this line, I soon came upon a yellow vestibuled car numbered 1852 of a plain, double-trucked type, common from 1900 to 1910.
Specific. Looks like something off of, do they have these, let me know if you're an American, San Francisco, isn't it? Up and down the hills, like the trams. The old school trams. Fingers crossed I got that right. I've seen Earthquake a few times.
It was untenanted, but evidently ready to start.
It was untenanted, which... Oh, untenanted. Did you say there's no one there? Oh, there we go. The railway has always fascinated people. The mighty power of machines, the freedom to travel vast distances, the romanticism of almost unrestricted exploration. Thousands of strangers passing each other every day, but also the desolate train stations, dreamlike journeys through the night, fatal accidents and dangerous strangers. No wonder that this topic attracted horror and fantasy writers from Charles Dickens, the signalman, through Robert Bloch's award-winning That Hell-Bound Train to Clive Barker's The Midnight Meat Train. It's also impossible not to mention the most important Polish weird fiction writer, Stefan Grabaniszki, whose most famous collection of stories, The Motion Demon, is dedicated to the railway. You'll be able to get acquainted with his work through our next game. Ooh. And by the way, the steam locomotive was first used to transport passengers in 1825. I wonder if it has anything to do with the number dreamed by Lovecraft. By Lovecraft? I don't know. Did anyone else hear that then?
The trolley being on the wire and the air brake pump now and then throbbing beneath the floor.
Throbbing. There's a strange noise emanating from my left ear.
I boarded it and looked vainly about for the light switch.
Vainly. There's no light switch then, no? Is there anything else? There's no other thing? No.
Noting as I did so the absence of controller handle, which implied the brief absence of the motorman.
The motorman? There's no handle there, so what are we supposed to do?
Then I sat down in one of the cross seats toward the middle, awaiting the arrival of the crew and starting of the vehicle.
How would you even write this in a letter? Did you just say, "Oh, mate, is this is a dream I had"? Nothing. Oh, here we go.
Presently, I heard a swishing in the sparse grass toward the left and saw the dark forms of 2 men looming up in the moonlight. They had the regulation caps of a railway company, and I could not doubt but that they were the conductor and motorman.
Well, yeah, I'd assume the same thing, to be honest with you. Yep. Why they're out there, I don't know.
Then one of them sniffed with singular sharpness and raised his face to howl at the moon.
He's a pissing werewolf.
The other dropped on all fours to run toward the car.
That put shivers up my spine. Man, this has just taken a change for the worse, hasn't it?
I leapt up and at once raced madly out of that car.
I wouldn't all, mate. To be honest with you, you wouldn't want to be in there when that thing comes running through on all fours, would you? Bloke's over there, look. Where's the other one? I don't know. Let's not hang around to find out. Where's... Oh, it's over here. There we are.
And away across endless leagues of plateau till exhaustion waked me.
He just ran and ran and ran until he woke up.
Doing this not because the conductor had dropped on all fours,
That would have done it for me, to be honest with you.
but because the face of the motorman was a mere white cone, tapering to one blood-red tentacle.
Werewolf. Oh my days. What a macabre dream. I mean, we've all had, like, dreams. As you could do that. You could write your worst dream in the comments. Now that would be superb. I'd like that. We'll do that. I'll let you know mine if you let me know yours. Well, I mean, for 15 minutes worth of gameplay, that's probably how anyone's dream would go if you're writing it in a letter to a friend, isn't it, to be honest with you? But yeah, there you go. Arachnids Gaming World. Free game! Yeah. These are quite fun. They just pass the time, don't they? So thank you for taking time out of your day again. Please, as I say, help me get to that 1,000 views on my first ever video to reach 1,000 views. That'd just be amazing. So yeah, write your worst dream, or just leave an emoji, leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed it and would like some more DLCs. And if I get enough, keep hitting the likes, say you want more, you know, whatever. If I get enough, I'll buy another DLC. And we'll keep this going. We'll just keep this rocking. I mean, I don't want to be spending out if people ain't going to be liking it and, you know, enjoying it. If you're not going to enjoy it, then, and you know, don't get the reaction, then there's no point buying any more, is there? But if you do, might even call it Arachnids Bedtime Stories, with a little history lesson involved. So thank you for you all watching, taking time out of your lunch breaks, whatever, to watch me. I appreciate it. See you all on the next one. Maybe. See ya.